Sales isn't sleazy. Being unclear and weird about it is.
Yeah, if you're afraid to sell, you're making it harder for people to get the help that they need.
Today, we're breaking down how to sell in a way that's confident,
Ah,
clean, and actually feels good.
yes, because if you're not selling, you're not in business. You're just posting for dopamine.
Yeah, those little hits like, did I get any likes?
Mm, mm,
You cannot bring likes to the shoe store, so they
no.
are not good for me.
Here's the problem. You've been taught that sales is about convincing, about "You
We
gotta
did
get
that
it."
ever since we were kids.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go to McDonald's to get the Happy Meal, or I want this candy bar in the aisle. Like, we're used to making it convincing, and we take that into business, and
Right.
that's not the way to go.
Yeah, or we have like the used car salesman or like
And
the
there's some great used car
door.
salespeople out there, but when we say that, we're like, they're trying to sell you a lemon, that guy.
Yes, that's it.
Right.
We always think of like sales is like to take from
Yeah.
someone else, but sales is not that. It's actually service, which we'll talk about.
Yep.
But it's real sales is about alignment.
Yeah. Desperate energy repels.
Mm.
Clarity and confidence converts. And guess what?
Ooh.
The right people want to buy. They're just waiting for someone who can help. So let's break it down. Stop thinking pitch, right? And start thinking problem solver. It's why I start every call when I get on a prospect to say, what are you hoping to get out of this conversation?
Okay, so speaking of, let's talk about step one, conversation. When you're in a conversation, a sales conversation, ask real questions. Get curious for you. Well, if you're talking to someone and you say like, okay, how has this challenge been showing up for you lately? Right? What are some of the questions that you love to ask in a sales
Yeah, and even
conversation?
that one is so good. Okay,
Mhm.
so when you say, "What are you hoping to get out of this call?" They're like, "Oh, I just really want to get in front of more people."
Mhm.
Like, "Oh, okay, well, give me an example.
Yeah.
How has that worked for you in the past, or how hasn't that worked for you? How has
Mm.
that been showing up for you lately?" Like, you're going to clarify exactly what they're looking for, their problem, and bring it back to them. You could say something like, "Here's what I'm hearing. Does that
Mm.
feel true to you?" And it shows your prospect you're really listening to what they're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're actually having a real question and answer session, getting curious is step one. Step two is just what you said, clarity, not only making sure that you're clear on it, but making sure they're clear on what it is that their problem is, what it is that they're seeking, even the solution that they're seeking.
And the technique is called mirroring their problem back to them.
Mhm.
So they know you're not just there to sell them something, you're there to listen to what their problem is.
Yeah, that's why they call it a sales conversation, conversing back and forth. Step three, then, is the step that will trip up a lot of people.
Mhm.
It is the step where people go, "Meh," they will
And yet
say,
it is my favorite.
yes, and it is not most people's favorite. Total transparent is not my favorite. It has become so much more my favorite because what we're talking about here. It's your call to action is not okay. I've done all this right. So, you wanna buy now? A very different way of putting that is thinking about what's the win for the 2 of you, right? Because that's what sales is. Sales is service. You're serving. You have something of value that you want to share with someone. Value, in this instance, being the solution to a problem. That person who's listening to you says, "Oh, you've helped me to uncover this value that you have, person who's selling me this thing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it gets to that part in the conversation, a lot of salespeople have been taught to say, would it be okay if I share with you what we could do for you?
Mm.
But I love this little tweak in languaging
Mhm.
because it really shows it's not about me selling you something, it's about us working together on a problem.
Yeah, so that looks like, "Hey, wanna talk about what it would look like to solve this together?"
It's so different, right?
Yeah.
Now you're partnering with each other. Sales isn't a switch you flip, it's a path you guide them down.
Yeah, now, please don't be weird about it because here's what people
We have been okay, we have been on sales calls together
uh,
and not in the same room on a Zoom, and we are messaging back like, "What is this person saying? What did I mean?" So awkward. Do you remember the one recently? Okay, so we were on a phone with call with a guy, and he was trying to sell us a service that we would bring to all of our coaching clients that would get them booked on stages.
Mhm.
And we said, "Okay." And he was like, "Yeah, we fill out applications for people." And I'm like, "Okay." anyone can do that. Do you get them actually booked on stages?
Yeah.
And he had he just kept repeating, well, we
Well,
could.
yeah,
We could.
no, that's, it's kind of the
He
thing.
tried to tell me I didn't understand the industry. It
Oh,
was crazy.
and he was
Yeah.
like moving around and kind of like you could tell he was uncomfortable. Like,
It was not consultative. It was not conversation.
no,
He was trying to do a sales presentation that is a very different vibe.
and poorly, for that matter. Now, when you're in a sales conversation, when
Yeah.
people are in a sales conversation a lot, you'll do 90% of the work of really getting into a relationship with the client, right? Really getting into rapport, really getting them to know, like, and trust you, and then drop the ball at the offer.
Think about the mail you get, right? We're not gonna be Googling, what is it, goggling? What's the right word?
He's Googling.
Googling
No, you
over
Google.
ads?
Googling over ads?
I'm saying, like, you're not gonna be spending a lot of time looking at something.
Going
Googling?
gaga over ads?
Okay, I'll do that. Going gaga over.
Wow.
Okay. Going gaga over ads. But you get an invitation that has a handwritten calligraphy on the outside. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Right? So at this point, when you're about to make your offer, think about it as though you're making somebody an invitation to solve their problem.
Yeah.
Let them choose whether or not to open up the invitation. You're not going to twist arms now. You're going to give them an opportunity to be invited.
Yep, exactly. Say this instead of like, "Hey, well, you wanna work together," or, whatever other cheesy statement you can think of. When you say, "Hey, this is exactly what I help people with. So if you're open to it, I'd love to show you how working together could look."
Yeah, it's so good. It's so
Right?
good. Right? So you're professional, you're clear, you're confident, it has zero cringe.
Yeah. Now, if your sales process is, "I, hope someone DMs me and, then I'll just wing it," this is where we need to talk.
Yeah, you need a repeatable system, something that leads people from cold to close without feeling like a used car pitch for a lemon.
That's right.
Yeah.
The limit.
So that's why we're going to be walking through in the upcoming episodes exactly how to do this, how to send DMs that lead to clients, how to have a discovery call that leads to a sale, and how to create content that converts.
Yeah, because then sales becomes the easy part. Sales at the end of the day is just leadership. It's serving. And if you can guide someone to clarity, they will follow you to the offer, to the invitation. And if your message is clear, your audience is aligned and your offer solves a real problem.
We have a coaching client
Hmm.
who, when he came to us, he said he was getting on call after call after call and not having any sales.
Yep.
And when he stopped trying to make it a pitch and made it into a conversation, his business flipped overnight. It's really simple. So make sure you're following along, you're hearing the scripting we give you, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel because next up, we're showing you exactly how to turn content into clients.
And if this episode helped, share it with a friend who needs to sell without selling their soul.